If you're brand new to Escape from Tarkov, chances are you might be a little overwhelmed with how complex this game can get. There's so many little tips and keybinds that can make your time in game much more enjoyable that just don't seem to get talked about enough. So that's why today I'm going to be showing you guys 25 tips and tricks that will completely elevate your gameplay in Escape from Tarkov. Before we jump into the video, I just want to give a quick reminder that I'm live over on Twitch pretty much every day between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you have any questions related to my videos or just the game in general, feel free to stop by and hang out for a bit. We've also launched a community Discord, so if that interests you, that'll be linked below as well. Alright, so we're going to be jumping right into these tips and tricks that are in no particular order, starting off with, if you find yourself needing to reload immediately after a fight and also heal up, you can change mags while the healing animation is going by right-clicking on your magazine in your inventory and clicking install. You can also right-click your weapon and click reload. If you're overweight and don't have a stem like a mule or an Abdalbos 2, you can crawl to regain stamina. Once your stamina is back up, stand up, sprint it out, and then go back to crawling. Although I highly recommend you use a stem for extra weight carrying. If you're having trouble throwing grenades too far, you can left click to overhand grenades and right click to underhand grenades. Underhanding covers a much shorter distance than overhanding. If you want to save a little bit of extra time when healing, you can cancel the healing animation early. In most cases, the animation takes longer than the actual healing process, and this is most noticeable with meds like the Grizzly. This should be common knowledge, but right hand peeking exposes less of your body than left hand peeking, but now that we have left shoulder swapping, this isn't as major as it used to be, but it's still worth noting. You can jump much farther off of the right foot. I know this sounds a little bit confusing, and this does take time and some practice, but eventually it'll become second nature. You will instantly become a billionaire in Tarkov if you just scroll down and hit that subscribe button real quick. That's not a Tarkov tip, but you know, just do it anyways. You can load magazines while searching anything. This applies to bodies, loot containers, filing cabinets, med bags, anything. You can load mags while you're searching, so make sure you use that time wisely. Always insure your gear in order to insurance fraud. If you find a better piece of gear, you can toss yours in a bush and take the other gear with you. You'll get your frauded item back 99% of the time if you hide it well. Crouch walking at the slowest speed makes zero sound unless you're on snow. This is a bug that should not be part of the game, but if you didn't know this, it might explain some of your deaths. Instead of manually clicking purchase and then yes on the flee, which takes up too much time and sometimes you miss out on items that you want to buy, hover your left pointer finger over the Y key, click purchase, and immediately tap that Y key on your keyboard to speed up the process. Hopefully now you can start to get those items you're trying to buy. Instead of wasting time looking around for the right ammo box, trying to find that ammo and dragging it into your magazine, you can load them by simply right-clicking on the magazine, hovering over the load ammo icon, and this will bring up a list of all the available ammos that you have. Leaving the air filtering unit, water collector, and generator on will non-stop level the hideout management skill. And if you want to know why the hideout management skill is a very powerful skill, go ahead and click the video in the top right-hand corner of the screen, and that'll explain everything. Alt-clicking on weapons and gear, whether in raid or in the stash, will equip them onto your PMC, whereas control clicking will put items, weapons, and gear in a backpack or a rig respectively. What I mean by that is typically ammo, mags, and grenades will go into rigs, barter items and other loot will go into your backpack. Keybind the heavy and light bleed to press and release on the same key for a 1 keybind healing system. For example, if your healing key is 4 like mine, if you keybind your light bleed heal to press on the 4 key and then you keybind your heavy bleed to release on the 4 key, whether you have a light or a heavy bleed, all you have to do is press the 4 key and everything will work itself out. If you're struggling with point fire, having a laser on increases hip fire accuracy. This was nerfed a bit in patch 14, but it still applies. Healing with your own meds in stash after a death will increase the health level skill, whereas healing with therapists does not. If you didn't already know, you can use the gem in your hideout twice in a row. You won't get as much experience points the second time, but something is better than nothing. You can remove pistol grips and magazines from most weapons to save space in your stash. You can keybind, inspect, and fix malfunction to the same key. That way you don't need to press 2 separate keys in case of a weapon jam. The Salewa and Grizzly are the only meds that heal limbs all the way up to full HP with 1 single use. All of the other ones will leave a little bit left at the end, and we all know that's super annoying to deal with, healing over and over and over again. You can add a tag to magazines to indicate if it has different ammo than the other ones. You can keybind your healing to a drop-down menu that lets you quickly select which limb you want to heal first. And finally, a good keybind for discarding items quickly in raid is going to be space plus the left click. I used to have my discard bound to U on my keyboard, and that meant I had to move my left hand and kind of fiddle around with that and look at my keyboard. Now I just press the space bar and left click on whatever I want to drop, and it has just made my life super easy. All right, so that's going to do it for my random list of 25 tips and tricks to make your quality of life much better. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something. Whether you're a new player or a veteran player, there's probably something in here that you didn't know about, and it's going to make your game that much easier for you. Again, quick reminder, we do stream over on Twitch pretty much every day between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd love to see you guys over there. Also, we have a community Discord, so if you're looking for people to play with, if you're looking for a place to share the loot that you found in your raids, or if you're looking for a place to post a screenshot of somebody you might find to be a cheater, you can do all of those things and more over there. So if that interests you, there will be a link in the description for you guys to go ahead and join. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.